Gary,
Hey,
Shannon.
Paul, good to see you.
Nice to see you guys. We got Brandon. Oh, Brandon, guest appearance. Nice to see him. Raven. Raven is like a bird that missed the migrating. She's stuck here now. She's has to wait for the next big jet stream. We got Frank. Frank always looking for mayonnaise. Steve San Diego, a man of service. Pretty good. Ernie, just keep looking up, Ernie. Yeah, keep looking up. Mia, I guess she's we won't start without you, Mia. Mia's driving. Keep an eye on the road. Yeah. Stephen Mack on having never left. Now, Stephen Mack actually left, which was interesting. And I remembered him. I hadn't seen him in a while. Then I saw Stephen, and it dawned on me after a few Zooms that was on having never left, because that's what we called him. So he left to prove to me that on having never left. Rainier. Oh, Rainier, Hiram. You got a lot of aliases, Hiram. Yeah. Fucking, he's afraid Interpol is checking out the Zooms. Yeah, it's okay. We'll cover your ass, Rainier. Rainers, whatever. Anybody have any questions they like to ask today? Or a topic you like the mechanicalness of things or whatever? I'm open for suggestion. About 30 seconds. Then I'll start. No?
Well, I got kind of a question, but I don't know if I can find the words for it. It's sort of like, uh, I woke up with a dream this morning, and it was kind of like a sad dream from the past, and I tried to, sort of manipulate my feelings so I'd feel better about things, and it's all right, and philosophical. And then I somewhere along the day I remembered something you said in a previous session about like the importance of noticing that everything was there to serve the self. And I thought, a question would be, and I already know the answer, but it's like, how important is it to notice the self-serving? How important is it to notice self is driving a lot of the thinking? Make sense?
But you've noticed that already. But first of all, one thing, I don't believe everything is here to support self. Self sees it that way, the selfing.
Okay.
Yeah. The other stuff is easily directed in different ways, but the head is jumping to the quickest direction, our giver of direction. So therefore, we're in a view called self-centeredness. Yes?
Yeah.
And self-centeredness, one of the definitions of it is you see everything as it pertains to you. Yeah. So actually, the head sees everything as it pertains to it. Yes. So self-centeredness it's not centered on us, it's centered on this idea of self.
Right.
Us is the way, I would say, couldn't be seen as a thing or as an occupier of space 6 feet tall and 3 feet wide. Would say we're unknowable, so to speak, but our influence and intimacy is always there, but it's not going to be found out or known by the mental state. Yeah.
Right. I guess that the experience this morning was sort of like finding myself in the midst of a dream already, and then I guess trying to find my way out of it, so to speak.
Well, yeah, all right, but Gary, that finding yourself wasn't you. It was finding the self. And the self, believing it was in it, wants to get out of it.
Yeah,
That's the movement of duality of selfing. It believes it's in something, it wants to get out. It believes it's out of something, it wants to get in. Just goes on and on. Yeah, it's like the slinky of energy. One movement provides the energy of the other movement. So it's desiring to become and unbecome. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
just goes. So that which said was in the dream wasn't that which is what we are. Yes, it's an idea.
yeah, yeah. That's sort of like waking up, watching a movie, and thinking I'm a character in this movie,
Well,
and I've
yes.
got to
All
figure
that
out.
is that there's a thinking that you're the character. It's not you thinking that you're the character.
Yeah, yeah,
There's a thinking of it, you're the character, and in a way, we're neutral, like an unseen audience, and then there's a consent to that presentation in a way.
yeah, yeah.
And therefore, we give life or meaning to everything by our believing it at that point, or there's a believing of it. Yeah. Now, that which represents us in the dreaming, the thing, isn't doing shit, literally. Yeah.
It's like unseen in the from the dream's point of view.
Well, I'm saying that which is appearing in the dream isn't doing shit. There is no
Uh,
doer, even though
oh,
the
oh, okay. The character.
events are happening and deeds are being done, but there is no doer thereof. So the idea of the doer pictured as a thing in the dreaming is not doing anything. Yes?
Yeah.
It's appearing to be doing and thinking and seeing and feeling and tasting. And the audio of the dream is rooted from there. So we're listening to its audio,
Hmm.
the dream, yeah, which it
Yeah.
believes it's real. Yeah, and I have come to a conclusion that there's no point in attempting to convince it otherwise. Just recognize its limitation, that that's what it does. Yes, and really, you
Mm.
have nothing to do with it. So you lose whatever dog you thought was in the hunt. You see that there isn't a dog in the hunt. Yeah. And then
Yes.
there's an acceptance of all that activity where when you thought it was you, you wanted to stop something and start something. Yes, there's a lot
Yes.
of meaning being given to what direction you are going and everything. You have an acceptance of that which was always under deep scrutiny, trying to change it to get better or whatever. You just lose interest in the whole event. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so the dreaming goes on as it goes on. The dreamt hits its head and trying to get somewhere. It hasn't even left yet, and all like that. And you don't really. It's almost as if you don't butt in anymore. You just watch
Mm.
it, and yeah. And there's no the watching isn't saying it's watching. It doesn't say shit. There's just an awareness of the performance. Yeah, and maybe there's a shift in the aperture where instead of having, Tom Cruise being the dominant theme in the movie, it's like a Cecil B. DeMille epic. Yeah, you see
Mm. Hmm.
there's a lot of extras and stuff like that, and you
Yeah.
find yourself at many moments as an extra in the movie. Yeah, and other people seem to be the stars. Yeah, yeah.
Better.
But the wanting to intervene and intrude and control and direct, uh, there's a lot of loss of interest in that because it's not you. I think the thing that really unmoored all the ships in that mental harbor was seeing it. I was not me. That was the big movement. Yes.
Mm.
Seriously.
Hmm.
All the other thing was jockeying the boats to get near the which is going to leave first. It was just it was like, managing the chairs on the Titanic. Really. Yeah.
Yeah. As if one's better than the other. Right.
Yeah. I got a view. I'm going to sit farthest away from the leaning into the ocean. So, yeah. So I don't see that which says it was in the dream of last night is the dreamt, I feel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever heard a report in English from what I am. I get vague frequencies and vibrations, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have commas and exclamation points and periods. It's just sort of, you have a sense, and now you've recognized the blindness of these eyes that see the world, like we just talked about the Course of Miracles yesterday, where they break the news to you. Your vision is independent of the eyes that see the world. Basic. So what eyes that are there that see the world? These eyes, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
our vision is independent of these eyes that see the world, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now it sees those eyes that see the world. Yeah, that's what we are. We are the seeing of the eyes that see the world. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we thought there was only the eyes, yeah, but there's a seeing of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Seeing is not vision. It's a vision is one aspect of a, a definition that has 30 different definitions. One seeing would be vision happening through the eyes, but seeing is of awareness or acknowledgement or awakeness or consciousness or something. Yes. So there's a seeing before the vision of the eyes. So the Course isn't mincing words. It says it beautifully. Your vision is independent of the eyes that see the world. Isn't that a beautiful negation? Yeah. What is
Mm-hmm.
it negating? Not the eyes that see the world, just the yours of the eyes that see the world. That's all it's negating is false ownership, because here, what you own owns you. Yes, in a weird way. It's a dualistic move. So when the head presents you as the thinker of the thoughts, it's owning the thoughts, and then the thoughts have the ability to own you, don't they?
They
Definitely.
do.
Most definitely as what you're not. So uh, the thing it misses the most is the boomerangness of duality. Yeah. So when you're projecting something, thinking somebody's doing something, it's happening already where you are. We're missing it
Yeah.
because we're meant to miss it. This is not meant to, this, if this was a car, it has built-in blind spots, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Because the way the car was built, it doesn't see everything. Now they try to have a light on your mirror to tell you someone's in the left lane moving up, but there's blind spots that you don't see. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't. And you're not capable of it. The action figure isn't you. It's not ever expanding into an ultimate abstract you-ness. Yeah, it's just it hits a ceiling, bumps into it, drops a little, forgets, and then bumps into it again. Driven by a mental state that thinks it should be more and bigger and better. Yeah, the body's taking all the lumps based on a misunderstanding of the head. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite happy when it has a warm blanket when it says a cold night. I mean, it doesn't have a huge. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's it's not you. It's it, and I humbly feel the action figure. Uh, Not bound to the head, has the ability to arrive at enough. Yes. Enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You go to the zoo, and why the tiger doesn't attack you is because it's had enough food. It's not looking to kill you. Now, if you irritate it, it may try, but basically, uh, its agenda has been met and it's just chilling usually. Yes, that's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but the head is never satisfied. The head is like that hungry ghost in Tibetan with this big, huge belly and the small mouth. It can never get enough to feed that desire.
Yeah.
This is part of the agitation of the head. Yeah. The head doesn't have another nature. It doesn't have a still nature. Its nature is agitated. So it's in a dynamic of duality, which is aversion, desire. Yeah. It's moved towards some things, it's moved away from some things. It just goes on. And then it has a fucking nuisance of a butting in by the head. The head has just got in there and it's yeah. And you know what flipped me out? It took a couple of months to notice it, but there was a point that I had never noticed since I was 5 or 6 years old. There was an acceptance of me, the me that I'm not. It just was a real breakthrough, because it was if the action figure was praying, it was praying from release from the head's influence. It really doesn't want to be seen as the chariot of the gods, or yeah. So when that burden was lifted, there was an acceptance filled the atmosphere, and it hadn't been that way for years. The head was always driving whatever this is, yeah, to go somewhere else or go, yeah. It was just incredible, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know where we were at with that, but the dreaming, the one that is seen as the one who's remembering the dreaming, is part of the dreaming, yes. The one who remembers the dream at night in the morning is part of the awake dream. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. One dream, same dream.
Yeah. So it says it's woken up from the night dream, but it's just, it's, it's in the larger dreaming, which is the awake dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever read Ramana? He uses that description. There's the night dream that we know because we have a morning. So that morning gives us the view of that dream at night as not real, but we don't have a morning built in the awake dream. Yeah. This is sort of taking the place of the morning concerning the night dream, satsang. Satsang is taking the place so that you can notice there's an awake, that this is an awake dream. It's really not much different than the night dream, except we don't have a morning in this one. We don't wake up from it. We don't, in a way. And what doesn't wake up from it is this. And this is one thing. Now, you may dream that in the night dream, it becomes like a superhero and like Thanos of the gods, whatever. But in this awake dream, it doesn't have any ability to capture or to get what's going on, literally. So you see that, and then there's actually a sense of compassion for it, really. And you stop. There's a loss of there's nothing that depends on it, but there's a depending on it, and there's a loss of that. Yeah. Yeah. You stop whipping the horse in a way. The horse can't go any faster than 20 miles per hour. You just stop whipping it. Yeah. There's acceptance. And acceptance was quite unusual to me over the years of being driven by this head. But I was reintroduced to it, and it took a while to recognize it, but it was like I was breathing a different atmosphere. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. So I truly believe you're not going to get it. Yep. And how I see it, or how I've seen it through non-duality, is incredible. That's a hallelujah. Through the head, it's a bummer. Yeah. And basically usually confronts that feudal bummerness with more. It just tries to do more of the same shit that's not going to work. Yeah. Changes outfits or teachers, but it's the same drive. Yeah. And somehow there was enough straw that one of them broke the camel's back, and I was convinced not to pay attention to all this. The constant looking ahead and driving. I don't believe it can get to where it can imagine. It just doesn't have any ability. Yeah, it's programmed. Yeah, yeah. So, and there's limitations in it. And it's great news because then a lot of the attention and interest is going to it as a denial of its limitation. The head is just keeps on whipping. Yeah. 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 And to keep the interest and attention being drawn back to it, you come to a conclusion and it's over. You don't, that tale has been told. It stops. And then the next pages are empty, and then life writes new shit. Yes? And then the other string of some other story comes to an end, and yet the event continues, and a ghostwriter comes in and writes a different story. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. Except some things. One of them, the identification with the action figure has been sufficiently enough broken where I could admit its futility of constant searching and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, there was no need. It wasn't like my son had done the crime and I've been hiding him out from the cops and not wanting to admit that he's a fuck up, whatever. Don't have any dog and interest in it, and its limitations have been so pronounced. It became obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the recognition of what we call us doing stuff, most of it's all mechanical. It's just going off. Yes, something
Yeah.
triggers something and it goes off, and there's a chain reaction. And then there's a head tells a narration that tries to keep up with it. Yeah. And a lot of times you'll see the narration of the day is like from 1984. It's way
Exactly.
off. I mean, it's way out to lunch, and you're like, what? I'm listening, eating this all fucking day. I saw it in when I got sober, and I had a few years. And so people who were younger than me in the program would ask me to sponsor them, which is a responsibility that I take strongly. And so what I'd do with some of them would be, listen, I want you to do a bare bone inventory of the day. Like, what time did you wake up? Write it down. Did you take a shower? Yes. All right, shower. Coffee. Yeah. Just write down what you actually did and then compare it to what the head was saying. And it would be so off. It would be unbelievably not even close. It would be just, and then these little suspicions led to a lot of revelation. Yeah. This is not only dreaming, there's a narration of the dreaming. There's an interpretation, it's an interpretive narration of the dreaming. And it's actually overrides most of the other aspects of the dreaming. There's a cherishing of it, and there's a devotion to it because we think it's us. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sort of like what is it? Don't ever put false gods before the real God. Well, there you go. There's something playing God that seems to be more important than what is. Yeah. And of course, it can't last long. And so 80 years. Yeah. Now, 80 years as a subjective experience can seem to really drag out, but that's just the magical mystery tour of time. Yeah. Just like when you had last night in a dream and you had a 300-year epic, when you woke up, it took as long as you woke up from the night before of a 5-minute dream. Because in the awakeness from the dream, time has no fucking meaning other than in the dream. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
we have time. See, we don't see that so much because we get a hit of that when we wake up in the morning, but it doesn't extend the wisdom to the awakened dream. Yeah. It's like an allotment of revelation, but with a barrier. So now you know the night dream, all the while walking around all day in another dreaming event
Mm.
called the awake dream. Can't wait to get to sleep to go back to the other one. Yet both of them have time, but what we should learn about the one at night is when we wake up, it's the time that was seemingly spent in there or presented as it disappears completely. The influence of time has no influence whatsoever when you
Mhm.
wake up. Now we have another timing, yeah, in this dream, yes, and
Mhm.
we're not getting this. We think it has a huge amount of value, but it's only in the dreaming. We have that example with the night dream. We're not applying it to the daydream, the awake dreaming, but its effect and influence has a boundary. Yeah, it's in and of a dreaming.
Mm, 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 mm.
Why don't
Yeah.
you, did you ever wonder why, when you're having a good time, it seems to go flying by? When you're
Yeah.
seemingly having a drag, it's like ponderously slow. I mean,
Exactly.
it seems like if there's anything called time, you're the player of it in a way. Yeah, you're tightening the strings or loosening them. Obviously, we don't know any of this, but we represent that, don't we? Something doesn't like something, it drags on because it's an inherent powerless condition. That's why it gets so pissed off. It doesn't like something and it still has to go through it. Yeah. It wants to not like something and not have to go through it. And it doesn't work. So some action figures get stuck in that childhood thing and they become, with addiction, they emotionally freeze at whatever point they started to use heavily. And
Hmm.
so the big thing in a recovery is really growing up. You just got to knock some of the shit off. And you're expecting that you're an exempt from everyone else's calls and demands because you're a unique, special character. It's insane.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, it's insane. So you you like we always joke, you want to get a medal for not drinking. A lot of people are not drinking. They don't get medals for it. I should get a bonus for not doing a lot of the shit I used to do. No. A lot of people
Mm.
do that shit in this world of dreaming. So yeah. I don't know where we went, Gary, but that's
Good.
off on that one. You're never gonna get out of the dreamt in the dreamt. You're not,
Yeah.
get that. You're not in it. You're not in it. You are not in it. That's why you can't get out of it. What's trying to get out of it is the system. It's the programming. Yeah. It's the
Mm.
idea of you pictured as a body. No matter how exotic or how extreme you think you've gone, you're still contained by the dreaming. It's just like when you're young, you would rebel against stuff, and then you realize rebellion is part of the system. It's not a from a it, you never get torn from the system, it's morphed in. Yes, nothing escapes in a certain way because we're not in, you can't get out. So what's trying to get out doesn't realize it's not in because it's not, it's of the in it's in, it's of dreaming. Yeah. All of us. I know you may like some of your characteristics and everything. That's great. Yeah. Like away, but it's not you. Yeah. You're not gonna, I'm gonna keep it vertical at when I pass away. And I really like that model. I want to go back to that model, Paul. I'll fix his leg a little bit, maybe give him more mobility. I want to brush him off every day, just in case I can go back and use them. This is cherishing. This is a crazy freaking idea. Yes? Yeah. So isn't it interesting in most dreaming, you see a lot of things? Yes.
Things, people.
And what do you see in the awake dreaming? A lot of things. They have the same basis. It's filled up with things. What about the space that allows all of that? If I'm a cloud, I see clouds. Yeah. If I'm not a cloud, I may see a lot. But if I'm a cloud, I'm going to see clouds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I feel humbly you have to completely get that. You're never getting out. And that thing that's going to react to it may get really shaky, but believe me, you've never been in. That's the great news. Yeah. The fear of going through, the getting out, the truly getting out, there's no need for it. That's all in the thing that you're leaving, so to speak. Not leaving, but you're not in is the solution. It's not a way, oh, we finally found the way out. They've been saying this for hundreds and hundreds of years. We found the way out. And then they tag radical and new and extreme. They put adjectives on it, but it's just like when you go to certain restaurants that are very expensive. You're getting a potato, but they use about 8 adjectives. It's a northern Yukon on the left slope of the Mount Shasta. It's a potato, basically, but you're paying for every adjective. So in this thing, it's not awareness, it's pure radical awareness. Give me a break. You're completely enmeshed in awareness. You don't know it. How are you going to recognize radical awareness? Pure awareness. You can't recognize awareness. Can you recognize awareness? Can you, as this thing, recognize awareness? Can you?
No.
But we're
No, I can make up a story.
we're still doing adjectives on it. Pure awareness. What the hell? Yeah.
No, but I probably would buy some.
What?
I'd probably buy some if somebody was selling it.
Exactly. Because we don't know any better. I got stock in awareness. Yeah. It's going up big time. Yeah. You know, it's sort of like you could probably sell water to a fish. Really, you could. If you boxed it up and brought it to the fish, maybe you could probably sell it, all the while being drenched in water. What does being ourselves reality mean? Being is a present tense verb, yes? Being.
Yeah.
So it's now. You got to give it that, yes? So being ourselves reality is an event in every now. And all there are nows, yes?
Yes.
at every moment of this event, the underlying basis is now the fact is being ourselves reality. If you believe in Ramana Maharshi, then believe what he says. He says that. He says the greatest mystery, being ourselves reality. Wow. How many people have said that? Very rarely. Being ourselves reality, the greatest mystery is reality, wanting to attain reality. Yeah. Yeah. Period. Not 800 commentaries underneath it. It's an invitation. It's not a debate topic. Being ourselves reality. If that hits you, far out. If it doesn't, it probably will. Yeah. It may not open up and deliver the goods in its landing, but it's not going to take off. So sooner or later, yes, you're going to get the message. Being ourselves reality. And what is it going to? It's going to change the way this thing looks, actually. It is. It's going to change this thing. Yeah. Instead of shooting for the stars, it'll see the stars' reflection in the water that's right next to you. Yes? Yes. It won't be, it'll see what's going on right now. Yeah. I just was looking at magnets, electric magnet stickers. So they had one of here now. Yeah. Be here now is a description. Yeah, as our friend Kurt says, it's not a prescription, it's a description.
Description.
Yeah, be here now. That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on. Now, you may not like how it looks or feels or tastes or touches, but that's the imaginary bubbles coming up from that recognition, being ourselves reality. Yes? And then those bubbles that seem to linger longer, will be popped quicker. Yes? And you'll travel lighter as this. And what greater wish would you really have here but to travel lighter? Like when you were a kid, Gary, I'm sure people said the greatest gift you can have in this life is health. Yes?
I'm for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're for that. Exactly. So it looks like you can call it a sentence of time or whatever, but it looks like you're here in this dreaming for a period of time, and your condition has a lot to do with how it feels. Yes?
Yes.
Some wise people would always say, if you want to pray for anything, pray for health. Yes? Yes, because it just makes it easier to go through this ride, so to speak. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So here you go. What happens if you have health? What's a nice response to that health? Gratitude, eh? Be nice.
Yes.
Sing a nice little song. You're a bird on a wire. You're not singing to any other bird. You're just singing because you feel grateful that you could be really fucked and you're not. That's how I feel every morning. Every morning, I have no control if I'm going to walk that day or not. And I've been on a long run of being able to walk that day. That's pretty cool. Yeah. This
Yeah.
is what the action figure is concerned with, really. And and the joys of just having a little relief produce a sense of gratitude and empathy for others and stuff like that. Yeah. Stop trying to run it up to the stars. Just let it be here. Yeah, yeah. And then there'll be an availability. And when you're available as this, there's a sense of a presence that's always available. Yeah. But now you get available in time. You're always available as presence, but now the action figure is available in time. I am always here, whatever that here is. Yeah. Always here. Boston, always there. Here, always. Whatever it is, There's no dispute. I'm here. Far out. It's worked great. Yeah. Did I come to that conclusion? No. I was dropped into that conclusion. Yes. 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 My blindness hasn't gone away. There was an admittance of it, and that gave me sight. Yes. That's what's happened. Yeah, yeah. So we talk on different levels. This is not a denunciation of the body as not worth it or nothing. It's an experience. Yeah. And you can either travel heavy or light through that experience. And I wish all of you to travel lighter through the experience. Yeah. Now, is that experience and that lightness and heaviness are going to be forgotten? Yes, they are. They'll be forgotten tonight when you go to bed, probably. But while you're awake, seemingly, and time is influencing that which is triggered by awakeness, which is the head, well, I wish you a life of traveling lighter. There you go, whatever that means to you, as what you're not. Yeah. With an understanding of what you're not, the definition of heavy and light will shift quite a lot, and it won't be that you demand only light. You'll realize you can travel through whatever life has in store for you lighter, even if it's heavy. It'll be just less heavy. But if it's got to be heavy, it'll be heavy, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So what gives the light into my day is that I am the light. I'm not something that has been blocked off from the light. I do not believe that. I do not believe that anything can block you off from the light that you are. I do not believe that something can truly be an obstacle, because I do not believe what you are and what you're not have to meet. I don't. I believe you can have what you are, see what you're not. Yeah. The light of all light is what you are. What can be blocked from the light is what you're not. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so lose interest in what you're not, you'll gain interest in light. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right.
Hey, Paul.
All
Well,
right.
we had a couple other hands that went up.
I think there's just one left.
One went back down again, but we still have Steve in San Diego.
Yeah,
Actually,
thanks, Kathleen.
welcome.
Hi, Paul.
Hey.
I could tell you all kinds of stories, but what I really need is a really powerful Zen bitch slap right across the head. Just all this shit going on, all kinds of crazy turmoil in life, and I'm just wrapped up in it. Don't even know what to ask for, because I know it's just the
Well,
self
first, drop your shoulders, bro. Bring them up. Take a breath. Relax. Just drop your shoulders for a second. Yes. Yeah. When the head is anxious, the breath gets shortened. Yeah. When the breath stays shortened, anxiety is afoot, so to speak. Yes. They go.
Yeah.
The head and the breath have a lot of connection to it. So you can easily change the head by breathing. You just can. And just look at where your feet are. Just use these simple little recognitions, so that all the turmoil going around you doesn't pick you up like a tornado with a truck, spin. Yes, yes. So get the help you think you need to get. Yeah, give help where you can. Yeah. Don't take yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you can't do that, surrender and take some breaths. I drop my shoulders, because the head loves if the head is getting most of the frequency, you'll see your shoulders go up. It's getting sucked up here. It's almost as if you got the dogs, when they have a rash, you put that cone on them. It's like
Yeah, it's like a defense mechanism almost. I'm protecting myself.
yeah, you have this cone and you're just receiving Steve all day. It's you need to get a broader band. So And if you can't do that, just fucking surrender your life and will over to take care of something greater than you, whatever that may be. Really.
Mhm.
If you believe it or not, just say it. Just ask, hey, stop struggling and just admit I'm outmatched. Yeah. I'm over my head. Yeah. There's no
Thank
good
you.
in it. It's just a fact in the moment. I'm over my head. I'm outmatched. Yeah. As I'm getting
Yeah.
older, I can't be driving and having someone else tell me I have to do something else. It gets confusing. Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
Paul getting confused? No, I'm an old action figure. That's what happens. So I know, hey, just let's get to that later. Let's first get on the road in the right direction. Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
these,
This action figure keeps thinking it needs to make decisions to take care of its life, and
yeah, you just sit down and
all
make
a
a
decision
small
is looking back
decision.
at what just
Have you
happened.
eaten? Have you eaten today?
Yeah.
Have
Extra.
you eaten today?
Yes.
Good. Just check it out. Yeah. Just, yeah, just
I've done the important things.
that's it then. Then you let go of the results. All you can do is, like we say in recovery, is suit up and show up.
Yeah.
And we're not in the outcome business. So basically,
Mhm.
if you felt like you've done what you can do and there's no more to do, don't do shit. Yeah. Stop is a part of doing. It's called stop doing. It's sometimes it's very important. Yeah. Because a lot of times doing's not the answer. It's waiting. Yeah. It's pausing and then see what happens. Yeah. I have it a lot. Sometimes something I'm engaged with is confusing. So I try to chill and then it comes and I'm brought to the sending the email and then it's when it's off, it's over, whatever it stirs up. That's where I saw it from. Yeah. Done what I supposed and then it's over. Yeah. If I hear back, then I'll respond. If I don't hear back, it's over. Yeah. Yeah. Move on. Yeah, Steve. So remember, yeah, you're not that, that old picture with the guy holding the world? Yes. Yeah. Don't let your head
Yeah.
give you that story. Realize. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. And sometimes the Zen bitch slap is soothing and it doesn't have to be a radical whack. Sometimes it's like a petting, a feeling of support, which is hard for me. No,
Yeah. No kidding.
not always a whack. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Support's a hard one for me.
Well, there you go. Well,
That's another self story. Yeah.
ask exactly and ask for the ability to receive help. Yeah. It happens a lot in recovery. A lot of people are incredibly good at asking for help, but they suck at receiving help. Yeah, they do. They suck bad. They're in this asking, but they don't receive. Yeah, so yeah. Well, I'm with you, bro. You're a lifetime member of ZenBitSlap.com, Steve.
Yeah. I'd just like to get it before this lifetime's over.
If anything ever brought you into deep concern, you could always call me and some people here who would get to me. Yes?
Thank you.
Don't put
Yeah.
it off. Don't think something is doesn't mean anything. If it means a lot to you, that means it means a lot. So get in
Yeah.
touch if you can. Don't let this
Yeah.
shit.
Just my whole life's in turmoil right now, and just trying to take it one breath at a time.
Yeah, and it may be getting readjusted for another
Oh, yeah.
extension. Yeah, and so this is what happens.
Massive readjustment. Yeah.
Don't jump to a conclusion. You remember the old Chinese story about the guy and he has a son and the son breaks his leg and all the neighbors saying and the son helps him with the cows and everything and they say, oh, that's terrible news, your son broke his leg. He said, well, I wouldn't rush to judgment, let's chill out. Then a couple days later, the Chinese army came by and wanted to grab his son, but because he had a broken leg, they didn't draft him. And then the people said, "Oh, that was wonderful." And he said, "Oh, let's not jump to conclusions." And they used about 4 or 5 examples to get the point across.
Yeah.
Don't
I just
let
don't want anybody
you
breaking my
good
leg
and
or
bad
going to,
get in the
yeah.
way of something. Yes.
Yeah, I'm too old to get drafted for war, so I don't need to break a leg.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good, bro. All right. Well, listen, thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
And remember, you're a lifetime member of Zen Bitch Club.
Appreciate it, Paul. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If someone was in a lot of trouble, there's lots of people here that would help. I wouldn't be the first, but there would be others, and then maybe someone would get in touch with me. Yeah, but I mean, if someone's in big trouble or something, it's don't play a Superman. Yeah, you may need if you need help, we'll try to get you some help. Yeah, yeah. Not saying I'm not talking to you now, Steve. Just anyone.
So you're ignoring me now. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times people there's a movement of the head pride that's something else. Yeah, I remember when I got sober. They told everyone, hey, you got to be willing to save your ass instead of your face. But literally, I believed my face was my ass. Yeah. I had a lot of pride. And you would think drug addicts wouldn't have pride. No, they do. If you do cocaine a lot and you don't tweak, you have a lot of pride in that. And then you don't want to do drugs with people that tweak. So there's echelons of coke addicts. So pride is part and parcel of the head, yes? Yeah, so a lot of times the pride will arise and it'll keep them from being able to ask for help. Yes? Yeah, so. All right, anyone else?
Well, David Down Under had his hand up, so I want to check in with him, if you don't mind.
Thanks, Kathleen. Hi, Paul. Hi, everybody. No, that's all right, Kathleen. Paul sort of answered the
Okay,
question I had anyway. That's all good. Thank you.
Great,
David. Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Gary. That's
yeah.
all for the hands tonight, Paul. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Greg has just got here, but hey,
You start at 7?
yeah, we'll have dinner, don't worry. We'll have a talk over food. Yeah, yeah. You didn't miss anything. Just sit here still. Just chill. It's not the end of the world. Anyone else? No, I'm gonna have the pleasure of saying goodbye to people, which I like a lot. And hello. I like both ways. Kathleen, always a pleasure. Say hello to Charlie for us. Always a pleasure when I get to run into you back east. Rainier's phone. He's got some other people. I don't know. I can't see them all. But yes. Nice to see you, Hiram. Yeah. David, down under. Yes. Stephen Mack on having never left. I'm sure happy you came back, Stephen Mack. Wednesday Zoom, Gary, Placerville. Ernie, yes, keep looking up, Ernie. There you go. Raven, nice to see you. Brandon, awesome background there. Very cool. Frank, always a pleasure. Jack P, very happy to meet you, Jack. Diona Fuzon, I expect you to be in very good hands, so that's good. Annette, as always, yes. Heather, she's the magician in residence of Zen Bitsat. Anyone else? No, I think that's it. I can't get to the other page. Hey, such a pleasure. So much happens when you're sitting still, literally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll be here tomorrow, hopefully, and just a pleasure tonight. Thank you. Thank you for participating.
Thank you,
in this
Paul.
share.
Thanks, Paul.
All right,
Cool.
I'll see
It
you
was our
guys.
pleasure.
Kathleen, thank you very much.
you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Thanks,
Paul.
thanks for
everyone.
hosting, Kathleen.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Everyone.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.